Zabi Barnes. Many of you know me as the Seashell Lady, but I also do a lot more than that. I have been focused on healing and on mystical studies since I was 16 years old. I have spent a lifetime studying with mystics, shamans, brujas, and curanderas. Those are different types of shamans from different traditions all around the world. And I've learned a lot about healing, and also I've learned a lot about manifesting. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the primary keys for successful healing and successful manifesting. So the first key to successful healing and manifesting is intention. Keeping your focus on the highest good. The best healers always are focused fully on the highest good, not on the specific outcome that their personality or their ego would like to see, but really maintaining that focus of what is in the highest good for everyone involved. Because we can really get attached to a specific outcome, and that specific outcome may not be what is best for the person. So we always want to surrender and focus on the highest good, and let go of how we think it should look. Let go of the how. A lot of times we get so caught up in telling the universe how to make something happen, and that may not be the best way. And now we're splitting our energy. We're kind of in a tug of war between what is in the highest good and how we want things to be. And so we really want to work on keeping a very clear intention that is only about the highest good of all, even if that highest good doesn't look like the way our personality or our ego wants it to look. The next key is all about surrender. So I mentioned surrender a second ago, that we want to surrender to the highest good. Really, that is such a key to healing. So many of us have been conditioned to think that we have to make things happen, that we have to do it, that as the healer, I'm the one doing the healing. And we do all kinds of techniques, methods. Maybe we're working with a pendulum. Maybe we're doing a specific form of hands-on healing. And we can trick ourselves into thinking that what we're doing is the thing that's making the healing happen. But that's really not true. Really, it's happening through an energy way bigger than us. It's happening a lot of times. It's the healee that is doing a great part of the healing by allowing that healing to happen in their body or in their world. And then the other part of it is us really getting out of the way. The only reason we use techniques is to get our monkey mind out of the way. The power is not in the technique. The power is in the ability to surrender. The power of the healing, the power of the manifesting is always in the ability to get out of the way and allow those higher energies to work through us so that we truly are the conduit. So the best healers are the ones who know how to surrender and how to get out of the way. So we were just talking about being a good conduit or a good channel for the energy to flow through us. So now that brings us to the next key, which is about being fully present and strong in all layers of our energy field, all layers of our energy body, all layers of the aura. This relates to the chakra system, but really we want to think of ourselves as being like a Russian nesting doll. So you are your physical body that you can touch is the innermost Russian nesting doll. And then around you, you have these different layers of consciousness. And so those layers include your spiritual energies. They include your emotional energies. They include your mental energies. And they include your physical energies. And we can only be as strong as our weakest energy layer. So, for example, maybe you're really strong in your mental energies, but you're not so strong with the way that you handle your emotions. And so then that means that even though you're strong mentally, overall, you're only going to be as strong as your weakest system, your weakest energy system. So we're going to have the physical energies, the emotional energies, the mental energies, and the spiritual energies. We want them all to be equally strong. That's what makes us a strong channel for healing. When we are healing only from one or two of those systems and not all four systems, the healing is going to be incomplete. So this is where I see a lot of people get stuck with their healing and with their manifesting, because I see a lot of people who are really strong in their mental bodies. They're really good at doing positive affirmations. They're really good at imagining that the healing has happened. And yet they don't have their emotional energies all the way clear and strong. Or maybe their spiritual connection isn't what it could be. Or maybe they've been neglecting their physical, material plane energies. And so those mental thoughts are not enough for the healing to happen. We really have to be present in all of the layers of the aura. The Mayan curanderos have a teaching that reality is like an upside down pyramid, and that this top part, which would be the broad base of the pyramid, that this is our spiritual energy. And then the next layer is the mental energy. And then we have the emotional energy here. And then we have at the very bottom is that the physical material energies. So when we're wanting to heal something or we're wanting to manifest something, we need to be able to pull those energies all the way through all of those layers. Usually it starts as an inspiration from spirit up here in the spiritual. Then it trickles down into the mental, so now we have the idea of what we want to do. Then we've got to bring it down into our emotions and really feel it and get excited. And then finally, we have to do something in the physical plane, an action, something that pulls the energy all the way down. And this is where I see people getting stuck. They get stuck at the mental or maybe at the emotional, and they don't pull it all the way down. And so, even though the healing has happened in the mental body, it hasn't happened in the physical yet. Or the manifestation has happened in the mental, on the astral plane, it's happened, but it hasn't happened in physical reality where we can actually touch it and have tangible evidence. So if you want to learn more about these layers of our consciousness and these layers of our energy body, I have a free course on this that is available on my website. And I actually have two websites. One is seashellhealing.com. The other is allcanheal.com. And either way, if you go to the Learning tab and then go to the free course page, there you will find a course on the 7 subtle bodies. And it's a whole course where I talk about the energies of all 7 layers of the aura and what each layer does and how to strengthen each layer. And I hope you will take the time. It's a full course, and I give it away, and I think it's really important for us all to have this knowledge because it's important both for healing and also for manifesting. So, we want to be fully present in all layers of our energy body, all layers of the aura. The next key for healing and for manifesting is that we want to be aligned with our soul. not with the personality, not with the ego. Because the personality or the ego, two words for the same thing, is going to lead us often down paths that are not really ours to travel. It's going to try to pull us into other directions of things that are really not in the highest good. And remember that first key, that we want to have our intention be focused on the highest good. So we want to surrender to what the soul wants, not what the ego wants, not what the personality wants. And the more we can focus on what is your soul asking for, what is the soul here to do, the more you can really keep your focus there and ask over and over again, is this my soul talking or is this my ego talking? Sometimes they're both going to say the same thing. Sometimes the ego and the soul will come together. But then there are many times where they're going to split apart. And the reason that we don't manifest is often because we're not asking for the right thing. And that happens when we're letting the ego or the personality run the show. And instead, when we can surrender to what is the soul asking for? What is the soul wanting for you to do? Does the soul really want to write that book? Or is that the ego? Does the soul really want to leave the job and start the new job? Whatever it is, what is the soul asking for? And to keep the focus on the soul. That is always the key. So when we're facilitating healing for somebody else, we can learn how to listen, how to tune in to the soul of the person instead of what their ego is telling us that they want. And that's always when the best healing happens, when we tune in to the soul. The next key to powerful healing and powerful manifesting is being of service with gratitude. So in the old days, back in the Middle Ages, if you wanted to learn how to do something, you went as part of the guild system. You would go and apprentice with somebody, and you would be of service to that person, and in exchange for your service work, you would be learning how, just by being around, by sweeping the floor, by running errands, whatever your little tasks were that you were given to do, you were learning how to do the bigger thing that you wanted to really accomplish, that you wanted to master. So if you want to master healing, find ways to be of service with other healers. And this is one of the beautiful things that we get to do with ORI is I'm so grateful that since COVID happened that we've been able to do this online, because now I get to participate every week. And it's a beautiful way. Everybody who comes is being of service, whether you're one of the people leading the meditations or whether you are listening and holding space and sending healing, and just by being there, just by showing up, you are being of service. And each week you are learning more and more about healing and about manifesting. So being of service and doing it from a place of gratitude. The gratitude is really important, and we really can't fake gratitude. We can pretend, but that's not the same as genuine gratitude. So I am a strong believer that as we find ways to be of service, that we find ways that we enjoy being of service, so that it's really easy to have that attitude of gratitude. And Gladys is such a beautiful example of this. She totally embodies the attitude of gratitude in her service work, and she totally walks that path of service. And I find that the best healers do, and the best manifestors do. So service is not about slavery. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's about really expressing the healing that you are in ways that give you joy, in ways that uplift those around you. And in the beginning, we might start by chopping wood and carrying water. I did a long-term apprenticeship with one of the primary teachers that I worked with for more than 10 years. I chopped wood and carried water for her, not literally, but I did a lot of the behind the scenes work, and I was learning the whole time. And so if whatever it is that you want to master, hang out with people who know how to do that and find ways to be of service to them. And that will strengthen your healing 100-fold. And it will also increase your power of manifesting. And we don't want to do the service work so that we can get something. We really want to do the service work for just because it's joyful to do. And a result of it, a side effect of it, is that it does support us in becoming better healers and becoming better manifestors. So, service with gratitude. The next key is what I consider to be the most important. It was certainly the most important in my life, and that is receiving what I call caught teachings. So, a caught teaching also might be called an attunement. It might be called an activation, an energy activation, or an energy transmission, or an initiation. And these are pure energy downloads that are passed directly from teacher to student, teacher to student, teacher to student. And it's the fast track way of growing into an energy and an ability. So this has been very much a part of my training that I've received over the years, sitting at the feet of the masters, being in their presence. And it rubs off by osmosis. That's what's beautiful about the ORI conferences, is that we're all in a room together and we're rubbing off our energy on each other by osmosis, through osmosis, often just by who you're sitting next to. It's happening. And of course, from the people who are speaking, and now we're doing it virtually. So as I'm speaking to you, I'm also giving you caught teachings. I'm giving you energy transmissions. I'm giving you activations to help you align with each of these keys that I am presenting. And in all of my work, I work online with people all over the world. I have become really, really good at giving energy transmissions at a distance. And I'm in a really exciting part in my career right now where I am teaching people how to teach my healing methods that I have developed, and they're being translated into different languages, and now they're being taught in several different countries. And I do this all online through caught teachings where the student catches the knowledge, the light knowledge, the light codes. They catch them in their aura in a very deep way so that the healing happens very, very quickly and the power is exponential. It's way more than just reading a book. It's way more than just attending a lecture or hearing somebody talk about something. It's much more of a spiritual energy that trickles down through all of those layers of that upside down pyramid that I was just talking about. So, if you have the opportunity to work with people who know how to give these energetic downloads, these energetic activations, these caught teachings from a variety of different traditions, and sometimes from their own multiple lifetimes of being the healer, being the shaman, being the healing master, then I encourage you to take those opportunities because it is the fastest, deepest way that I know for people to expand their healing abilities and also to exponentially expand your ability to manifest. And so those are the primary keys for healing and for manifesting. And we have reached our 20-minute time limit. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for your dedication to healing, to becoming more whole, and to helping uplift the world in healing. Thank you, Joyce and Gladys, I love you. I love ORI. And I can't wait to be able to spend time with you all in person again. And in the meantime, if there's any way that I can be of service, please reach out to me. I offer everything online, and I am happy to work with you to help you move to your next level of healing and of manifesting.